After years of eager anticipation, No Man's Sky is launching all over the world tonight. To help you for a great start, GamePoiint brings you 15 things to do first in No Man's Sky. Number 1. Upgrade your scanner. It's difficult to overemphasize how important long-range scanning is. You'll use it to find valuable elements, and more importantly, the relays that guide you to colony bases, manufacturing facilities, and more. Weapon upgrades recipes are plentiful if you know where to look. Most of the time, you'll find them in colony bases and manufacturing facilities in little wall terminals. Once you have a recipe and the necessary resources, craft it using an empty slot on your multi-tool. Number 2. Get an Atlas Pass. If you're lucky enough to warp into a system hosting an Atlas station, you'll be privy to a repository of wealth and ancient knowledge. In addition to providing you with warp cells, language training and valuable Atlas stones, these stations also grant access to the Atlas Pass blueprint. Atlas Passes open all kinds of locked storage rooms and boxes, especially the upper reaches of space stations. Number 3. Talk to everybody. The stations and facilities you visit are populated with myriad strange life forms. Talk with them. Even if you don't understand every word they say, you'll often get the gist. Go along with their desires, give gifts and act nice, and you'll find the rewards are almost always worth the trouble. Number 4. Learn languages. Languages are the key to better negotiation, which means more free stuff. When in a manufacturing facility, always pick up a new word if one is available from a wall terminal. Number 5. Learn where free stuff is hidden. In almost every space station, you'll find sealed rooms requiring an Atlas Pass for entry. Opening them reveals a world of gear, some of which is extraordinarily valuable. You'll also always find valuable free components on an Atlas station. Additionally, you'll usually find it worthwhile to visit manufacturing facilities in colonies, where you'll be able to grab free blueprints, find transmissions for crash sites, or increase your standing with alien factions. Number 6. Hoard blueprints. You can never have too many blueprints. Unlike most other resources, they don't take up inventory space, so grab as many as you can. You'll almost always encounter a situation where they're helpful. Number 7. Conserve your warp cells. Don't leave a system until you're done there. Warp cells are a rare and precious commodity. Crafting them takes some diverse resource gathering. Don't be too frivolous when hopping from star to star. At the same time, always remember that the components you need to craft cells will be available somewhere in your system, so don't panic if you find your reserve dry. Number 8. Learn to hack and why it's important. Eventually, No Man's Sky stops pointing you toward facilities on every planet, and you'll need to find your own way. Enter the bypass chip. Planets are dotted with signal scanners, little glowing beacons shooting an orange light into the air. Find one of these and craft the bypass chip, and you'll be able to find all kinds of helpful things like drop pods, crashed ships, and much more. Number 9. Understand isotopes. Isotopes are among the most common and important elements in the No Man's Sky galaxy, providing primary power for most of your key equipment, including weapons, life support, your mining beam, your ship's launch thrusters, and pulse drive. Your mining beam doesn't care what type of isotope you feed it, but other equipment is more specific. Launch thrusters always demand plutonium. Isotopes are plentiful, but you should always keep a small amount of spare carbon or plutonium in your pocket to recharge your beam if it gets low. Isotopes, particularly carbon, are also useful in activating many helpful wall terminals. In a sense, carbon is the pocket change of the No Man's Sky galaxy, eternally useful in the frequent interactions you'll have with the world around you. Number 10. Get free stuff planetside. Don't bypass anything in structure where you meet the first alien and get your hyperdrive blueprint. Inside, you'll likely find an exosuit upgrade and more. Look around and upgrade your multi-tool and grab any free supplies laying around. Number 11. Cash on demand. Valuable elements like the green ones and rare materials like the purple ones are a great way to earn cash. Need more units? Scan and farm for these planet-side and sell them in space. Number 12. Get free stuff in a space station. Every star system has a space station, a haven for travelers providing trade services, saving options, and shield replenishment. So long as you don't attack them. Space stations represent near impregnable havens. But perhaps more importantly, in the upper reaches of space stations exist small rooms with canisters often containing valuable crafting materials or other useful elements, which are very helpful for rapidly upgrading your character's equipment. These are especially useful for find valuables and warp cells. To enter, you'll need to craft an Atlas Pass. Number 13. Upgrade your exosuit. By upgrading your exosuit carrying capacity at space stations and drop pods, you increase your potential for gathering crafting materials and equipping useful upgrade equipment. Upgrading is expensive, but the carrying capacity is invaluable. You can find exosuit storage upgrades by searching for shelter at any signal scanner. Number 14. Take a deep breath. The overwhelming scale of No Man's Sky might be a bit intimidating at first. With very little linear guidance, you might be a bit overwhelmed. Remember that as big as things are, the game's activities really boil down to a few core activities: exploration and gathering, barter, combat, and finding the center. Number 15. Upgrade your hyperdrive or ship. Your starter ship is fine, but you'll want something with greater warp range. Grab a vessel with an extended hyperdrive range as soon as you can. Save some cash and hang out in a space station dock until what you need shows up. Or start following transmissions until you find a repairable crashed vessel with the equipment you need. Those are the 15 things you should do for a great start.